Oscar flag is on. Now we're going, the last minute flag has gone down, so it's 1 minute to the start. Oscar flag, which is the yellow and red one, means that the pumping is free, and so kinetics are free on the water, which is a class rule which identifies conditions in which rules 42 is off, and this means that the pumping is free, edging is free, and any kinetics is free. This was introduced lately in the sport of sailing just to make the sport more fair and more for sporters. Now some guys are still running up and down the line in order to understand where exactly the line is and testing. You can see the Turkish crew checking for wind, now tacking and bearing away. The Croatians, which are leaders in the overall standing, are aiming for the pin. Now they are racing, starting, okay. Turkish flag won the pin and start, but Croatian is standing off very fast from the line, followed by Wolfgang Gerth from Germany and by the French crew. The conditions are full power. We have at this moment around, I would say, 15 knots. The boats are going towards the left-hand side of the course, which is limited by that fence, let's say like this, of buoys. So the Turkish boat, which is Lewa, will call to the Croatians an obstacle and right attack. Croatia looks very fast, meanwhile at the same time Spain is doing a good job, just climbing to windward a couple of boat lengths to have more space to power down in the wind. The fleet is followed by direct umpire racing. Until now we have no real situation. Now we have a very first important cross between the leaders of the race and second of the row in the regatta, which are the Spanish, approaching the cross on starboard. Now they just cross ahead of the fleet and going to the left-hand side of the course. Okay, now the Spanish carry forward, they tack and they try to keep the rest of the fleet in the window of the mainsail, which means they are more or less in control of the thing. Now we have a French crew coming to the right-hand side on board. The Spanish, they have to veer off. Rispondi a questo, David, cosa sto facendo? France is now leading the group which is controlling the right-hand side of the course. This is France 34, tacking now and forcing Turkey to tack. Now the Croatians are coming, and as well they are tacking under the sails of Turkey. So we have this bunch of three boats crossing the course on starboard, and now the Spanish crew is coming. It's a tricky cross. The Spanish crew is behind, so is now in fourth position. The Turkish crew is forced to tack away because of bad wind. The mark is now approaching, and we will see what the situation is like on the mark surrounding. This format of racing is really forcing to one-to-one duels very close to each other, and is very spectacular. And the more we approach the mark, the bigger the density of the boats around that, the bigger the higher is the possibility of having crosses or tricky situations. Now we have the Spanish crew, which is to windward of the fleet. Now the top mark is rounded. I remind that we have no offset mark. Croatia flies the spinnaker first. They have a good hoist actually, and then it's a very close fight between France and Spain for the second spot. Croatia could really manage to bear away properly with no loss of speed, and now they are leading downwind, trying to increase their lead. At this point I can see that Spain has got a good speed and trying to overtake from windward the French crew the French crew of Gabriel Soquet and Nebut Achille. They come from Yacht Club Mojon Canon. Now the fleet is going downwind. The boats are quite fast, and good jibe, very good jibe from the Croatians. They aim for speed and clear wind. The rest of the following boats are quite bunched up. I'm talking about basically Spain and France. On the other side we have the Swiss course, followed by the German guys, Garda, which are they had a jibe set and are now going down the course on the other side of the course. The Croatians, they keep going. You see the kinetics are free, good pump. They are really catching waves very, very well. You see the power of the crew. It's all about muscles now and steering. It's a very good boat handling. I can see the rhythm in the waves is quite okay, and it's clear that they are really increasing their lead. Now the boats are approaching the downwind gate. At the downwind gate, now we have this. They're lowering the spinnaker back in, pole is in position, it is no point, they choose to round the right hand side gate, clear off, okay, the Spanish could manage to have the inside on that mark. It really looks like the left hand side is the favorite one for the leaders, and so we have still Croatia in front extending the lead, followed by Spain, and then we have France 34, as you can clearly see. France now tucks away looking for some clear wind. Croatia is really showing off. Sime Fantella and Igor Morencic, they're really showing off and providing very good speed and very good boat handling. They go on one tack to the left-hand side of the course, and which was the side which looks like was really paying on the first upwind. So they are going ahead on that side. Meanwhile, the Spanish, they just follow and try to hold position. Actually, the positions in the race are at the moment reflecting what the positions overall are in the standings for the first two boats, Fantella and Barreiros. German fellow Ferdinand Gerth is really trying to climb the fleet up and getting off of problems, but looks like it's not that easy for him at the time. It doesn't really look to me that he has a good speed. The Turkish crew, they had a good start, but then it was followed by a couple of positioning mistakes on the first upwind, and then now they are trying to get back into the game by finding a good position. We can see on the left-hand side, Gerth is just following behind the French 34, but he doesn't look that he has the usual freshness in sailing that he showed off many times. Now, if we can take a look to Fantella and Morencic, they are leading and extending their lead throughout all the marks. They look really confident in this breeze. They provided a very good upwind in control of the fleet on the first one, and then followed by downwind work, very hard and good work with the free kinetics, and now they are just sailing the fleet and trying to keep things easy and out of troubles. At the same time, Spain is following by, I would say, from my position, 8 boat lengths, something like that, or a little bit less, and taking control of the forwards, making sure that they can keep that position, which would probably provide the silver medal in the race. They are in third position now, and now approaching the mark. Fantella hosting the spinnaker, going away. Let's see who's around the mark nest. Okay, good run from the Turkish crew, which really could find their way off the fleet in the second upwind. In the second upwind, let's follow this parade of Fantella. The guys, they are really experienced series. They used to be world champions in the 470 and Olympic sailors, and are now on the beginning of their campaign towards Olympic regatta in Rio de Janeiro. So in second position at the moment we have the Turkish crew of Sinar Deniz and Sinar Aytiz. They are two brothers from Istanbul Sailing Club, and they really did a good job on the second upwind. Now they look quite confident heading towards the finishing line in second position. They are followed by French crew, looks like from here. Yes, 57, 27. We are followed by Sofiane Bouvet and Jeremy from Antibes, which were starting the race in position number 4 with a carryover from the previous races. And they are quite confident. Okay, now we have Sime Fantela crossing the line in first and winning the race, and winner of the event of the 2013 Years of Champions League Regatta, then followed by the Turkish crew, and then it's a very close up between Spain, France and Germany. Very difficult to say from this position, but I think that the order is exactly like this. So Spain in third, France sixth, fourth, and Germany is fifth.